Hello vinyl community, this is Randy, back today with another video. Today I'm going to show you the records I picked up on Record Store Day, Black Friday Record Store Day. So it was a great Record Store Day for me. I got up on Friday morning and drove down to Luna Records, which is about 20 miles south of Nashville, and arrived there at about 8:45. They were scheduled to open at 9, so that was pretty good timing. There were about 18 or 20 people in line when I got there. So I think when they opened at 9, I think I actually got into the store at about 9:30 or so, something like that. I made a list before I went. When I first saw the Record Store Day list, I wasn't all that excited about it, but then I looked at it again just a couple of nights before, and saw actually quite a few on there I wanted to get. So I made my list. Here's the records that were on my list. As you can see, it hasn't been torn out. I forgot to take it with me. I removed it about halfway down there. So I tried to reconstruct the list, by using my phone, and I was able to remember most of them. But anyway, so I'm just going to go down through here and show you the ones that I got from my list. So the first one on my list was Canned Heat Christmas. I didn't get that. I didn't realize that was going to be a picture disc. So I saw it there. I'm sure it's probably very good, but I didn't want a picture disc. The next one on my list was Miles Davis, Early Minor, Rare Miles, Silent Way Sessions. Was not able to get that one. I thought I would get it. When I got to the door, the guy who was letting people in one at a time, he asked me, what I wanted to get, and that was one of the ones I mentioned, and he said, yeah, you should be able to get that. You're the first jazz guy to come through. But evidently somebody hadn't, I guess, mentioned to him that they were going to get that one. Well, they had two of them, and they were both gone, so didn't get that Miles Davis. The next one that I had on my list was Bill Evans, live at Art Lugos, Top of the Gate. So I was glad to get this one. Bill Evans, jazz pianist. This is with Eddie Gomez and Marty Morell. Eddie Gomez on bass, Marty Morell on drums. It's a 2-record set. There's the track listing. You can read that. This was recorded in October of '68 at the Village Gate there in, the Top of the Gate there in Greenwich Village. So I've learned from reading this that the Top of the Gate, this gatefold picture, has nothing at all to do with this recording or the record. This was taken a couple of years later when they were doing something on, I think, Dutch television, something like that. But recorded there at the Top of the Gate, which was on top of the upstairs from the Village Gate in October of '68. This was recorded by George Claypool, who is evidently the guy who is the head of Resonance Records, him and Zev Feldman. So it's a good recording. This is sort of a companion piece, I guess you could say, to the one that came out on Record Store Day in April. This is the same band, the same people. There's only 2 repeat songs. The only songs that are repeated on the 2 albums are Round Midnight and what was the other one? Stella by Starlight, My Funny Valentine. There were just 2 repeats. So anyway, that was good. This was from December of '69 there in England. So this was recorded surreptitiously, I suppose, by a guy with just one microphone. This is a mono record, so I guess that would be the big difference in these two. This was mono. This one is stereo. They both sound excellent. An interesting thing about this one is the sides on this one are all like 30 minutes long, 25 to 30 minutes long, even a little bit longer. Really long record. The newer one is not that long. This new one the one that I just got looks like this. Resonance Records. And let's see, it did come with this insert, which tells a lot about the village gate and the top of the gate. There's some pictures here on the inside, and I think that the best picture is this one right down here in the corner, which was a postcard, and that is actually the Bill Evans band playing on that night, so you can really see what it was like. People are eating and having dinner. That was the upstairs part, so you could hear a little bit of noise in the background, but not too much. It's not bad. It's a really excellent record. I've really been enjoying it. What we're hearing right now is Ian and Sylvia. That was, actually that was not next to my list. The next one on my list was Peter Holsapple Combo. I forgot to even look for that. I didn't see it, and I didn't have my list with me, so I didn't see that one. I did get Ian and Sylvia, and this is one of the ones you can see on my list. This was one of the ones that is starred. That means it's one of the ones that I really wanted to be sure to get. So I did get it. This is what we're hearing right now. Ian and Sylvia were a Canadian folk duo. Or folk or country. They really sound very country to me. This record is very much out of my wheelhouse. I don't usually listen to folk music or country music, but I do like Ian and Sylvia. I've heard a little bit of their music before, and so that was why I wanted to get this one. This is a 2-record set. It's on black vinyl. That's what the label looks like. I think this is a new compilation, according to this information here on the inside of the thing. It tells me that Sylvia came across some tapes, and she worked with this team to put this together. This is on Stony Plain Records. I think that is a Canadian company. So, yeah, I had one Ian and Sylvia record, this one, which is really good, and I listened to this just before the night before Record Store Day, and it actually side 1 sounded really good. I was like, well, do I really need to get any more Ian and Sylvia? Then I tried playing side 2, and it plays all the way through, but it doesn't sound good. It's got a lot of noise and big clicks and pops. So I was really glad to be able to get this record. Here's this original inner sleeve and the Vanguard label for this old record that I had. So yeah, this one was really good. Ian and Sylvia. The first song that we heard, if you heard it in the background, was 4 Strong Winds, which I think was their best known song. They also went on to be in a band called Great Speckled Bird, and they were on that Canadian cross-country trip, the train trip with Grateful Dead and Big Brother and the Holding Company and several other bands. So yeah, they were a very well-known band in the 60s, Canadians, and evidently it sounds like they're still alive, and Sylvia is still making music. It sounds like Ian is a rancher out west. He's almost 80, or over 80 years old. She's just about 80 herself. So yeah, I've really been enjoying this one. I've only heard it a couple times, but yeah, it says according to these liner notes that this is one of the bands that sort of started the Americana thing here in the United States, and it compares them with Flying Burrito Brothers and the Byrds and bands like that. So yeah, it's really good. I was really glad to get that one. The next one on my list was Thad Jones and Mel Lewis. I actually had this record in my hand. I was about to get it, but I had it when it came out on CD. It came out in 2016. This is a 2 CD set. It has a booklet and everything. This is also on Resonance Records, so they just put it out on vinyl for the first time. I was about to get it, but I held off on that because, the CD sounds great, so I did not get that one. Let's see. Yeah, the next one that is on my list, I'm going to come back to it later. Phish was on my list. Story of the Ghost. So I don't think I've ever heard any studio Phish at all. I have a live Phish CD, and I stream all kinds of live Phish from their shows and stuff, but I had never heard a record before, a studio record before. So that's what this is. This is their 7th album. I do have the hype sticker from that tells you about this. It's their 7th studio album. It's from 2009, and here's what this is on colored vinyl, red and black. That's what the label looks like. The other record looks just like this. It really sounds excellent. Sounds just like they do live, because they play. It seems to me they play so well live that they really capture what they do in the studio very well. But yeah, here's the song list on this. I wasn't really aware when I first got it that it was actually a 2009 album. I was thinking it was a new record. I didn't do too much research on it. When I started playing it, I realized, gosh, I've heard all these songs before. So yeah, it's an older record, but first time on vinyl. So yeah, it does numbered there. So yeah, glad to get that one. It came with this insert, I guess, an art print. Yeah, the next one on my list was Steppenwolf, and that was actually a starred one. Steppenwolf, their first album, and I forgot to I didn't remember it when I forgot my list, and so I didn't even see it there. I wasn't really looking for it though, so did not get Steppenwolf. Next one on my list that I did get was this Jazz Dispensary record. This is another of the funk compilations that's put out by the Jazz Dispensary, which evidently is associated with Craft Recordings, because this says Craft Recording on the back of it. So yeah, these are funk songs from the well, one of them is as early as 1965, but mostly from the mid-70s. And let's see, this came with this is like a window sticker. That's like those are drumsticks with 2 saxophones entwined around it. Here was the hype sticker for that one. It's kind of hard to read that. Well, that is a hype sticker, and what it tells me are the names of the songs, and this was curated by Doyle Davis, the co-owner of Grimey's here in Nashville. So that was cool. The songs on here are fantastic. Here's the listing here. These songs are all written by James Brown, Sylvester Stewart, Leo Nocentelli, The Meters, Horace Silver, Song for My Father, Carole King. The last song here is by Carole King, so she didn't really fit in with that other group of people. But oh yeah, here's what the other side of this inner sleeve looks like, and the record itself is on this green vinyl. So yeah, so this has a cover of Theme from Shaft by Bernard Purdie, which is just excellent. James Brown's Super Bad. I mean, all these are just excellent. These are fantastic funk songs that are being covered by other funk artists. So really good. Really happy to get that one. One that was not on my list at all, and I really hadn't even thought about it, but I saw the Siren Records YouTube video where they showed the Black Friday Record Store Day records, and this is one that they mentioned, and I saw it there and decided to get it. So this is Colonel Les Claypool's Fearless Flying Frog Brigade. Les Claypool from Primus, the bass player for Primus, went on to form this band. They were playing in San Francisco in the late 90s when I was living there, and they were just extremely popular. When their shows went on sale, I mean, they just sold out quickly, like immediately. I love this picture from the inside. That is a great picture of the Great American Music Hall. You can see there's balconies on both sides, but it's a small place. I think it is fewer than 1,000 people that are held there. So I'm happy to get this. I love that picture there. Here's the band on stage, and this is a triple gatefold. So the thing that really made me want to get this is that there's 3 records here The last song on side 4 is Shine On You Crazy Diamond. And then record 3 is the band playing the entire Wish You Were Here, Animals album. And it just sounds fantastic. I mean, they really do it well. I mean, people might question, if you want to hear Animals, why don't you just listen to Pink Floyd? Well, I mean, that's a good question. But they do a really good cover on it, and they bring some different things to it. There was that band in the late 90s called Blue Floyd, which had some members of, Government Mule and some other Southern Rockers, Black Crowes, I think, and they were fantastic. So, so Colonel Claypool's Fearless Flying Frog Brigade. This is on green vinyl. They are all on this same shade of green vinyl. A nice looking record. Earlier this year, I got the first album by The Comet Is Coming. This is a British 3-man band, sort of a jazz funk fusion band. That first album was fantastic. I had problems with one song on there that had some spoken word on it. It lasted for about 2 minutes. I've listened to it a few more times since then, and I have not really been able to get over that that roadblock there. Don't care for that spoken word part, but the rest of the album was so fantastic that I really just wanted to go ahead and get this one. So this is their new one for Record Store Day. Very first song starts out with a guy talking this time around, and he talks for the whole 7 minutes of it. At least he's doing a little bit more rhythmic talking. It's kind of like rapping or something. It's that Rastafarian type speech. It's okay. Luckily, it's only about half of side 1. So let me pause just for 1 minute here. Yeah, so this sounds, I like it even better than the first one, and the spoken word part on the first song, like I say, takes up about half of the first side. But to me, it's more, I can listen to it easier, but the whole album is really good. I really like The Comet Is Coming. They are an excellent band. It has a cool inner sleeve that kind of goes along with the artwork on the outside of it. There's the credits and stuff. So, yeah. The last Record Store Day record that I got was, this was the one that was on my list that I got out of order. So this was on my list. Johnny Griffin and Eddie Lockjaw Davis. So 2 tenor players from the early 60s. They were playing with, their band included Horace Parlin on piano, Buddy Catlett on bass, Art Taylor on drums. So Johnny Griffin, I had one of his albums on Blue Note. He is known for mostly the speed of his playing. He plays really fast on saxophone. So Eddie Lockjaw Davis played with Count Basie and some other people. He's a little bit older. His style is not that super fast style, so they do sound different. Their tones are different, and you can tell which one is which. So interesting to hear 2 saxophones playing at the same time. Here are the track lists. These were actually radio broadcasts from Seattle at a place called the Penthouse in Seattle. There are extensive notes here that tell about each song. There's a cool picture of the 2. This is, I'm pretty sure that this is Johnny Griffin here and Eddie Lockjaw Davis over here. Yeah, so the sides are kind of short, mostly only about 12 or 13 minutes long, but the record itself is great. Here is the hype sticker. Came with that. And label. This is on Reel to Reel Records. This Reel to Reel Records is actually, this was compiled by Zev Feldman, the same guy who compiled the Resonance Records Bill Evans CD. This record came with this booklet, so yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure this is Johnny Griffin here and Eddie Lockjaw Davis over here, but I'm not certain of that. Here's some more. Here's Art Taylor, the drummer, down here. Horace Parlin. lot of information here. And then here's just sort of the back of it. I guess this was probably like an advertisement or something for the penthouse there in Seattle. So yeah, this is really good. This is just, I would call it just hard bop. It's just two saxophonists playing pretty much as fast as they can. So yeah, really good. So that's it for the records I got for Record Store Day. Like I say, it was a great day. I'm very happy with everything I got. So yeah, let me know what you think about these records. And yeah, I hope everybody has a great day. And thanks very much for watching.